Hi everyone, my name is Richard Burnet. I'm the Joint CEO of BodyFit Training, and over the next 12 minutes or so, I look forward to taking you through what BodyFit Training is all about in conjunction with our founder and Joint CEO, Cam. And I'm going to hand over to Cam now to kick things off.
Thanks, Rich. Hi everyone, my name's Cam Falloon, founder and Joint CEO of BodyFit Training. And as Rich said, we really look forward to in the next 10 or 12 minutes, taking you through all things BodyFit Training. This is a really bold statement on this slide. The BFT is the hottest new global fitness community, and we look forward to, over the course of this presentation, demonstrating to you why we believe that this is true. So what is BodyFit Training? We're a progressive, results-driven group training model. Our core 12 programs are underpinned by scientifically validated physiological modelling, proven to get you results. I've been able to use my 25 years of experience in the industry, training and working with elite sporting teams and athletes to develop a progressive training model that we believe is different and better. We've positioned ourselves in the middle of CrossFit and the majority of other predominantly aerobic-based large-scale group training systems to fill a void in the marketplace that offers a considered balance between high intensity and low intensity training, and where strength training is a key fundamental in our programs that we believe underpins all physical performance. The premise of every week at BFT is to train every energy system, stress every muscle fiber type, and to train through all fascial planes to get a well-rounded, results-driven fitness regime for our members. Leading to greater results and fewer injuries, all in a vibrant, fun group training environment. As you can see on the slide, our 12 core programs displayed have a blend of aerobic and anaerobic combined with HIIT and low intensity strength training programs.
Guys, my background is sales, marketing and strategy, and a fair bit of focus too on franchising in my career. And what we know is that if we don't get three things right with our offer, the model won't work, and that is a focus on members, a focus on the franchisee, and a focus on the franchisor. All three of those parties need to be benefiting and succeeding for this model to work, and we really feel like that does work here. As Cam said, in terms of the member focus, we've got a science-backed, more varied program philosophy that works really, really well and our members love. We're certainly all about being results driven with everything we do, and that's based on our 4 to 6 week progressions that Cam talked about. It means that members feel like they actually get results and that they're striving to achieve something throughout the course of their membership. And we do have a greater strength bias. Yes, we've got some awesome cardio programs and people love our cardio, but we have strength and we have an opportunity with our equipment and our layout to really focus on honing in on increasingly what we believe guys and girls want at the moment. Females in particular don't necessarily just want to be skinny anymore. They want to be strong. So we've got a lot of programs focusing on strength for women. And of course, guys want to come to a group training environment, but at the same time, they don't necessarily just want to do cardio. They want to be able to do strength so they can come to us without feeling like they need a secondary gym membership in order to achieve their aims and get that pump and lift heavy weights. In terms of our franchisees, what do they get out of this? Well, we're big believers in being fair in everything we do, and that starts with our territories. So our territories are bigger and fairer than you'll generally see in most franchise arrangements, not only in Australia but also globally. We've got a mutual success philosophy. As I mentioned before, it's got to be a win-win situation for three parties, for the members, for the franchisees, and for the franchisor. We've got a low capital investment opportunity where generally you'll need somewhere between $150,000 and $250,000 in cash, assuming that you loan your equipment. And that bodes really well for the majority of people who want to set up a business but don't want to have a really expensive outlay to do so. As well as that, we've got a turnkey solution and a proven model that works. And by turnkey solution, what we really mean is that we're not only helping you get set up to achieve success by focusing on a pre-sales member number that's so important, and we'll talk more about that later, but also that we help you with things like real estate, a really in-depth boot camp, and a variety of different training, ongoing and upfront. That means that not only is it turnkey, but that you can be really confident in the model and confident that the model works. And luckily, with the amount of success from our existing studios, we've got a track record to back that up at the moment.
So our purpose, guys, is quite simple. It's to create a values-driven global fitness franchise with the best people, best programs, and the best technology to get the best results. Our mission is to offer a great community environment where functional training principles and progressions used by elite athletes give our members true, ongoing health and fitness benefits. And the key to this mission is really that whilst we're using the principles that are applied to athletes, and it's nothing new, it's common knowledge, but often not applied across the broader industry, is that we are really working and targeting the weekend warrior, the general population fitness consumer. These are not programs designed for athletes. They are absolutely designed and targeted to the weekend warrior. The real difference with our programs and our system, we can accommodate up to 36 different exercises at any one time. We have classes that can extend beyond that with average class sizes of 36 people. We can accommodate in some of our classes 50 plus people, which is fantastic from a membership point of view. We use and leverage technology for improved member experience and outcomes. Through my career with working with athletes, I've been fortunate to be exposed to a lot of technology, and what we've done is, through a deep understanding of a lot of the technology and how it's applied, really simplify that for our members and also our trainers to enhance the member experience. We're the only group training franchise model that does strength training properly. It's, as I said earlier, it's a core fundamental of what we do and what we believe in, but we also importantly incorporate HIIT and cardio classes. We're really working hard to bridge the gap between personal training and group training. And one of the real value adds of our system is a one membership, unlimited classes, and visit any studio membership package, which means that your members, whether they're in Melbourne, Sydney, Singapore, New York, can go to any BFT studio anywhere around the world with one membership. As you can see on this slide with the fitness industry trends from 2020, this has come from the American College of Sports Medicine, comes out annually. We're really buoyed by the fact that out of these top 10 trends, global trends in the industry, that body fit training ticks 8 of the top 10 global trends.
So a little bit about our journey, guys, just to fill you in on where we've been. We actually began selling body fit training franchises in April 2018, but Cam had 4 studios, actually trial studios, if you like, that were operating for up to 2 years prior to that. So we had some really good in-depth information on what the model was and why it worked before we started selling franchises in 2018. Fast forward to last year, the end of 2019, not only did we have our first international franchises open, which were in New Zealand and also in Santa Monica in the US, but we also had 100 franchises sold globally. So just over a year and a half, we had over 100 sold, which again comes down to the fact that we think we've hit that sweet spot where people know what they want out of a small business, franchisees know what the members want, and we've been able to target that market that resonates so well at the moment, combining real strength training with some awesome cardio in a group training environment, which is all the rage globally, as everyone knows at the moment. As of right about now, actually, we're recording this in July of 2020, we've sold 150 franchises and we have 52 studios as of last weekend open. So we're really excited with our growth. They include studios in Singapore, New Zealand, the US, and also in Australia, in pretty much every state in Australia. We've also had an aim that we think we're going to hit very easily by the end of this year, where we'll have sold over 200 franchises and have 100 studios open. So we've got a lot to do in the next 6 months, but we're really excited about that trajectory and where we're headed. As I said, over 150 territories sold so far. This gives you a snapshot of what Australia looks like. We're actually headquartered in Melbourne, Australia, which is in Victoria, so that's why we've got a predominance of body fit training in Victoria, but we are right across Australia. We've also got New Zealand, Singapore, just sold one in Dubai, and of course Santa Monica in the USA, with Florida opening shortly. We've got a major focus from a growth perspective at the moment with the USA, also across Asia. We know there's a huge opportunity. Singapore market's exploding for us, and we're really excited about what's going to happen there. And New Zealand, as we said, and of course the UK, we've got a lot of interest from franchisees in the UK as well. In terms of our member numbers and what that looks like, in 2018, we had about 1,500 members. That increased to close to 7,000 members by the end of 2019. And right now, excuse that my face in front of that number, but we've got roughly over 10,000 members at the moment. So it shows you the growth that we've got from pure member numbers. And if you're interested, we can certainly break that down as to what individual studios look like for you. Some further interesting stats: we average over 120 members on launch day. And that's a significant number because it says two things. One, it talks to the strength of our brand and the fact that when we launch a body fit training, whether it is in an existing country where we have BFTs or even new countries like Singapore and New Zealand, we launch with a really, really healthy member number. And that sets the entire business up for success going forward. If you can get your launch day number right, and we're really confident we can with a great pre-sales training and model that works there, we know that your profit and loss statement will look really, really healthy going forward, and you will achieve a critical mass to enable you to get member referrals rather than spending money on advertising much, much sooner. So we're really, really proud of that number of over 120 on average for all of our launches that we've had so far since we've opened our first body fit training. And then this year we've got about a 28% quarter-on-quarter growth rate when it comes to our member number. That's applicable not only in studio, but it's also applicable broadly across our entire member base. So it speaks again to the traction that body fit training is getting, and the fact that people are sticky, and our average retention rate of about 10.5 months before, on average, with people stay with body fit training is a testament to that. Some profit and loss stats just quickly. Obviously, this is brief because we know that we don't have a lot of time in this presentation to share with you, but just some high level for your information. You'll be looking at a net cash outlay of somewhere around $160,000 to $180,000. It can get up to, as I said previously, $250,000 depending on your fit out, and I'll talk about that in a second. You're looking at being cash flow positive in month 3, which is based on 155 members. So that means as of month 3, you're actually making more money than you're outlaying, which is a phenomenal result for any new business. Payback is generally at month 16. That can happen a lot sooner and can be later, depending on how quickly you grow your member number. But on average, it hits month 16, which is, again, a really attractive payback period. Then from an operating profit, again, assuming your member growth, which is consistent with what our studios have done so far. In year 1, you're looking at just under $100,000 in profit. By the end of year 2, that should increase up to around $280,000, and then again at the end of year 3, over $400,000, assuming, of course, that you're hitting that member growth rate that we have been able to achieve for our 50 sites that are open so far. The assumptions that underpin those stats, just briefly, that you'll open with 110 members. As we've said, we open with more than that, so that's a conservative number. Your opening member rates at $49 a week, that would increase to $59 a week at an ongoing basis. The studio growth is, as I said, based on actual studio averages. So again, this is a conservative number that should give you confidence that we're not just telling you what we think we're going to hit, it's actually what we have achieved with our studios so far. And then we've got some indicative costs that I guess underpin these assumptions, and that includes that your fit out cost will be somewhere between $40,000 and maybe $80,000 or $100,000. Hence, that net cash outlay number can be varied. That your rent is somewhere between $60,000 and $100,000 or $120,000, and that is very in-country specific. And that your wages are generally going to be somewhere around $15,000 to $20,000 maximum per month. Again, that is country specific, but we can go through all of these stats with you if you are interested in much more detail.
Like a lot of businesses around the world, we've been impacted by COVID-19, and it's given us a great opportunity to spend some time and reflect on the business, but more importantly, to progress various areas of the business. And one of those has been our online platform, and we're really excited to launch BFT2U, an online platform that offers our members our same in-studio experience where every day there's scheduled classes, anywhere between sort of 6 and 9 classes a day on average amongst our studios. And in our studios, we run 2 timetables. So neighbouring franchisees will be on completely different programming, where one studio might be on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday strength bias, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday cardio, and the opposite on the alternate studio. We've done a similar thing with our online BFT2U programming, where we run a bodyweight programming daily, and we also run a resistance program, which we work really hard to get bands and therabands and mini bands out to our members when the gyms were shut down, so that they could also have not just a bodyweight option, but also a resistance training option. And for those fortunate enough to access some dumbbells or kettlebells or barbells, they can then adapt those power band programs and resistance programs that we do on our online platform. As Rich said, and he's going to go through some numbers in a minute, our franchisees have done an amazing job maintaining their communities, using the online platform to continue to keep engagement levels up. And in the coming slide, you're going to be seeing some of the fantastic results that we've been able to achieve across our network as a result of that engagement and the success of our online platform, BFT2U.
As Cam mentioned, we're delighted to have got some really good numbers here, and you'll be able to see a few things. Firstly, our studios reopened post-COVID at 90% of their pre-COVID number. So that speaks volumes as to how well our franchisees did with engaging our members, and primarily that was a direct result of having BFT2U. What we're trying to emphasise here is that we've been able to pivot. We've been able to understand the needs of our members and our franchisees, that they wanted revenue to continue coming in, and got the result that we wanted, with members coming back in droves as soon as COVID allowed. And as a network, BFT nearly at 100% of pre-COVID member numbers, which is, again, a fantastic achievement. Post-COVID, we've actually launched a few studios. One example, an Adelaide studio opened just recently with 170 members on day one. So the model's holding up really, really well. And then broadly, what are we thinking because of COVID? Well, we're just buoyed by the fact that current franchise sales inquiries and territory reservations have increased by about 20% versus pre-COVID average months. So that probably says that people are more and more excited about wanting to be their own boss. Fitness isn't going anywhere. We're on the money in terms of the trends, and Body Fit Training is certainly proud to be what we think the hottest fitness franchise going around. We hope you think so too. We hope you've enjoyed this presentation. If you want to hear any more, please go to sales@bodyfittraining.com, send an email to that address, and we'll get back to you. But otherwise, thanks for your time. And from Cam and I, we really appreciate you listening to us.